Welcome back to the channel. I just want to give my thoughts on the three moves that the Cavs have made in recent days. So starting off with trading Isaac Okoro to the Bulls for Lonzo Ball. Now, I think this is a great but risky trade for both sides. Now, just to start this off, Isaac Okoro has been somebody I've been a big fan of ever since the Cavs drafted him. Have seen a lot of potential in him, ever since we got him. And, unfortunately, I think that the Cavs way that they progressed to a really good team after his rookie season really hurt his development. I think it's going to be really good for him going to Chicago. He's still only 24 years old, has had stretches where he's shown a lot of promise on the offensive end. Obviously, throughout his career, that's been a big question mark and at times a big struggle. But the defensive end of the floor, great perimeter and on-ball defender. So wishing him all the best in Chicago. He's still only 24 years old. Just wish him the best. I think he's going to do great there. For Lonzo Ball in Cleveland, I think that it's the perfect spot for him. Now, the injuries are always going to be a big question mark. He missed all of the 2022 and 2023 seasons with the knee injury. Last year when he came back, he progressively did better, but he still wasn't up to his old form, which is to be expected after missing 2 full seasons. But I think in terms of fit, this is perfect for Lonzo and the Cavs, as the Cavs really need great perimeter defenders with size, which is what Lonzo is, as well as playmaking outside of Darius Garland, which they really didn't have last year, which Lonzo really brings. So if Lonzo could bring those two things and stay healthy, I think this is a huge pickup. I think that the Cavs have a clear need for his skill set, and it also gets him out of that crowded backcourt in Chicago where his minutes were probably going to be more limited this year. Now, going on to Sam Merrill signing a 4-year, $38 million extension with the Cavs. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Sam Merrill fan. I think that a lot of the times he's a liability out there. I know that the stats say he's a good defender. The eye test doesn't really do that for me. But I will say I think this is a good value contract. I think, if Sam's shooting great next year like he was in 2023, 2024, then Cavs have no reason to move him. If they do have reason to move him, I think that this is a pretty tradable contract. 4 years, $9.5 million a year. Guys known as a sharpshooter around the league. I think it's a good contract. I am very upset, though, that this probably means we're not keeping Ty Jerome. I want to speak about that a little bit. It depends. If Ty Jerome gets $23 million a year from the Pistons or something, it is what it is. If Ty Jerome gets $13 million a year from the Hawks or something, I'm going to be pretty upset. So I'm waiting to see what Ty Jerome gets before I'm, really getting upset about that, because that might just be a deal that the Cavs couldn't sign him to. But if it is a deal the Cavs could have signed him to, that is a big mistake in my opinion. Now, onto a player I'm actually pretty excited about for a 49th overall pick. Tyrese Proctor, the Cavs drafted with the 49th overall pick. This guy's shown a lot of promise in terms of shooting ability and defensive ability. He's 6'5". Not the most athletic or best ball handler, but he really improved before last season at Duke, which is big for me with these second round picks, because you want to see that there's linear progression there. Because I think that that's something you can build on in the NBA, especially the coaching in the NBA is obviously so much more advanced and everything. I think that this could be a steal. You don't ever want to rely on your 49th overall pick to do something, and if the Cavs are relying on him to do something, that's not great. But I do think it's good that they're giving him a guaranteed contract, that they see a lot of potential in him. I hope that he is not, their big part of their plans, obviously, because these guys need time to grow. But I do think it was a very good pick. So those are my thoughts on the Cavs' recent acquisitions and moves. Let me know if there's any other topics you want me to discuss. And throughout free agency, I'm going to try to make these quick videos just with my thoughts on team signings, trades, everything. So thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.